All right, and welcome, folks. This is Sherman Ray, and this is Living in Vegas magazine, the podcast. Welcome. It's a fabulous Monday morning after what can only be described as the greatest weekend in Las Vegas history. Yes, I'm talking about the Raiders played this weekend, folks. We're going to talk all about them today on today's show. But before that, let's talk a little bit about some of the cool things that are going to be happening this weekend coming up for the Nevada Conservative. Oh, excuse me, Nevada Conservative. For Livin in Vegas magazine. Wear so many hats around, it's ridiculous. So this weekend, folks, we have got the party of all parties. Yeah, that's right. We're going to be launching the official launch party for Livin in Vegas magazine. And so I'm really excited about this. I don't know if I could even tell you how exciting this is. And now we launched the magazine, Livin in Vegas magazine, about a week ago, a little over a week ago. So today's the 10th, so it's been 10 days ago. And so we've been working on a launch party for it, and really it's just a way for people to get together and say, hey, fantastic, and meet some of the people who are part of the magazine. And so very excited about. I'm going to change that size on that. It's a little too big. Um, so we so we're going to be at the Foundation Room, high atop Mandalay Bay, the very south end of the valley, on the Strip. So we'll be at the Foundation Room on Saturday. It's 5 days from now. So it'll be there. We'll be on the 15th, and just could not be more excited about the fact that we're actually having this party. So it's capacity. We actually had two people who said they weren't going to be able to make it to the party, so they gave me a call. And today, Sherman, we got some things that we just cannot avoid, so they're not going to be there. And so I do have. I hate to say this. I'm going to say it now. If you can, if you want to go to the event, all you have to do is contact me. Okay, contact me. How am I going to have you do this? Go to our Facebook page. Okay, the first two people on our Facebook page who say yes, I want to go to the Foundation Room. This is our group page. Okay, not our business page. On our group page, go on our group page and say, hey, Sherman, I want to be a part of the Foundation Room event that's going to be on the 15th. Just send me an email, or just send me, hey, if the first two people contact me on that page. Okay, pretty easy to contact me on that page, because I'm on there right now, and wow, that's actually pretty cool. So I'm on the page right now, and the first two people, I will look in just a couple minutes and check it out and see what it looks like in just a couple minutes here. Okay. Anyway, so very excited about the event going on. Also, if you are somebody, let's say you want to become an advertiser on the show, love to be for either the podcast, or if you want to be an advertiser for the magazine, love for you to be on board with us. We're more and more people are just coming on board with the magazine, so very excited about it. All you have to do, just send me an email. Just send me an email to info@livininvegas.com. info@livininvegas.com, and we will get you hooked up. So very excited about that. Okay. So let's talk about some of the cool things that happened this weekend, folks. I think first and foremost, we've got to talk about the Raiders. That's right, folks. This is the weekend, folks, with time expiring on the clock, folks. This man. That's right. Is that Andrew? Is that his first name? Carlson. Daniel Carlson. He's the guy with the big cheesy smile right there in the middle of the screen. Kicks a field goal with nothing left on the clock, folks. I got to watch the game, and I had some friends who were at the game too. Tony Villalobos. As a matter of fact, Tony, I don't know if Tony's on he's watching us on Facebook right now or not. He might be. But Tony Villalobos was at the game, and so we were watching him. We were following him on the game whenever he would post something or something really cool about the game. And my wife, Linda, said she saw him after the game. And he and his wife, Anna, who have been friends of ours for years, I mean, at least a couple of decades. And people were just raucous and so we beat the San Diego Chargers, or excuse me, the LA Chargers yesterday. Mr. Herbert, we beat them yesterday. Was it 35-32? Yeah, it was a high scoring affair, back and forth, just fantastic. There was a tribute to John Madden before the game, where his wife, his former wife, or his widow, was at the game, and it was just. This was what we are here for, folks. This was what it was all about. It was about whether or not Las Vegas could get behind a team that was just going to make it happen. And I'll tell you, this is what was the crazy thing about the Raiders' whole season. 5 games into the season, we lose our coach. Okay, we lose our head coach, John Gruden. And I think we all know why we lost John Gruden. And then we had just another receiver, Ruggs, runs into some lady in his car, kills her. He's going through some legal problems. And then we've got, just recently, like 2 weeks ago, we've got another defensive guy. He falls asleep in his car on the ramp over at one of the Westgate, I think is where he was at. Our interim coach is our special teams coach, and they're thinking there's no way it's going to happen. We lose like 6 games in a row. I mean, it was just ugly. We lose like 5 out of 6 or something like that. It was just crazy ugly. And we figure the season's over with. There's no way the Raiders are going to make it in. And yet, folks, there were those of us who knew the Raiders still had a chance. So even though one of them his name is not Manny Rodriguez. No, it's not Manny. Oh, did I say it out loud? Yes. Yes, I did. I called you out, Manny, in front of everybody, that Manny Rodriguez, who is a dear friend of mine and probably on the 10 most wanted list now in Las Vegas, because he's a hater. He's a Raider hater. Okay, and everybody knows it. All right. The Raiders won last night, which was just fantastic. It really was. And so what does that mean? So that means the Raiders are going to the playoffs. Now they could have actually ended the game in a tie, but it looked as though the Chargers were going to play some shenanigans. They called a timeout, and everybody went, "Wait a minute, why are you guys calling a timeout right now? We were going to let the clock run out. If if the game had ended in a tie, both teams would have gone to the wild card playoffs to go on to the next round. But if either of the team won, one of those teams weren't going. Okay, and so people were thinking, wow, this could be one of those things where the coaches get together and say, hey, let's just play for a tie. We both go in. It's no big deal. And then we both go in, and then nobody gets hurt. The Chargers didn't want to play that way, and so they asked Derek Carr, quarterback for the Raiders, hey, there was this eventuality. Were you thinking about it? About maybe running out the clock, letting it, so both of you go into the playoffs? He said, no. Always wanted to play for a win, because you know what? Winning is for winners, and that's what we do. And he wanted to deliver for us. That's what happened. So fantastic. Wasn't that great? And of course, my Dallas Cowboys won too. They won Saturday. I didn't get to see the game, so it was really kind of sad commentary, but I didn't get to see it. What else happened? So there's a meat recall, folks. Well, this is serious, because it's going to affect a lot of people, especially here in Nevada. If you shop at one of these places, there's possible E. coli contamination in this beef. They're recalling 28,000 pounds. Why did they write it twice? 28,000 pounds 28,000 pounds, somebody wrote this, of ground beef have been recalled due to possible E. coli contamination. The recall is across 7 states, including Nevada. Now, this is interesting thing about it. The meat was sold at Winco, Albertsons, Kroger, and Walmart. Okay, well, we just happen to have 4 of those 5 stores here. So we actually have a Winco here, which I shop at all the time. Albertsons, which I shop at all the time. Kroger, which is a brand that is a part of, I believe it's part of Smith's. So we actually have all of them, and Walmart. And so we have Winco, Albertsons, Kroger, and Walmart. It was produced on December 20th and could be contaminated. The beef was shipped to stores across Arizona, California, Nevada, Utah, Oregon, Washington, and Wyoming. Food Safety and Inspection Services and concerned consumers could have the beef in their refrigerators or freezers. Consumers are urged not to eat the meat and either throw it away or return it to the place where you purchased it at. Okay, so this is the thing. My wife and I go shopping every Sunday, okay? Like clockwork. Sunday. We went shopping yesterday. And we went shopping on December 20th for sure. So if you have anything in your refrigerator that was produced on December 20th, which means it's already been out there, folks. It's already out there. It's probably in your freezer now. Check your freezer, okay? And so it's pretty serious stuff. Check your freezer, folks, okay? Boy, that's terrible. This guy, Harry Reid. Harry Reid, for those of you who have been keeping track of this, and a lot of things happened this weekend, especially this weekend, where hundreds of mourners were on hand Saturday in downtown Las Vegas over at the Smith Center to remember Harry Reid. And for those of you who were keeping track of this, Harry Reid, longest serving senator in Nevada history, he was a majority leader during the Obama administration, has served Vegas for a long, long time, folks. And born in Searchlight, made his claim to fame as a boxer, that kind of stuff. And, I mean, he's got a really interesting story. But he died just a couple of weeks back. Yeah, he was 84, I believe it was. How old was Harry Reid? He was 82. Yeah, he was 82. Died December 28th, pancreatic cancer. And so he was laid to rest. A lot of dignitaries came into town. We gave you the road closure updates on where the roads were going to be closed all the way in the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday when everybody left. And so there was a lot of people there. Obamas were here. Chuck Schumer was here. I think Nancy Pelosi was here. A lot of people, and the President of the United States was actually here. So they had a lot of road closures. So what we'll do is we'll link to a lot of these stories, or all these stories, on our Facebook page. And speaking about our Facebook page, we made the announcement just a minute ago. If you're watching us, and I'm going to click over to our, and I'm going to extend this over to our business page, because there's a lot of people on our business page too. If you want to go to our launch party, I'm going to go over there right now. I want to go to our launch party over at the Mandalay Bay Foundation Room. All you've got to do is contact me. We actually, the event was sold out, but we actually had a couple of people who contacted me and said, hey, Sherman can't go to the event. Okay, so if you were on, and I can see people are actually on our our business page. If you're either on our business page or, heck, I can only see 2 of them. Okay, either you're on our business page or you are on our Facebook group page. Okay, and you can get there. Just Google in on Facebook, Livin in Vegas. You can get to either one of those pages, and say, hey, Sherman, I want to go. Okay, because you've been wanting to go, and there was a lot of people who said, hey, I want to go, but it's sold out. but I do have 2 more tickets. The event is the 15th. If you want to go, just send me a note. Just send it to me now, whoever's the first one there, and I can see who's the first person there. Just send me a note and say, hey, Sherman, I want to go to this event, and we will get you there. Okay? I think that's fair enough. Why not? There is a yeah, there it is, right there. Okay, Metro is starting a Tuesday is National Human Trafficking Awareness Day, and Metro is asking the community to join in and raise awareness on this. Thank you guys. You guys are so good. Really are. And I'm really surprised that my buddy Daryl hasn't contacted me on this because he's the liaison to Metro from Metro to the community. So he's a real good guy. The Las Vegas community is invited to wear blue. Use the hashtag Wear Blue Day on social media as a part of the awareness campaign that Metro is sponsoring. And this is, I mean, what a great thing to do. Last year alone, Metro identified over 200 trafficking victims in our community, but the true numbers are suspected to be far higher. Okay, and this is something that should not be done in Vegas or any place else. Okay, wow. So they give a lot of information here. They say the department also shared the following warning signs that someone may be a victim of human trafficking. Okay, a victim allows someone else to do the talking for them. Okay, victim has suspicious bruises that can't be explained. Victim has tattoos or branding that includes a barcode or property of, something that says property of on them. They have tattoos. It's like a barcode. And the victim is secretive about computer activity. Traffickers often find and groom victims online. Okay, so the number for if you suspect somebody of doing that, the number, and we'll post this, is 1-800, or excuse me, 1-888 373 7888. 888 373 7888. Okay, so we want to make you aware of that. So wear blue tomorrow. So tomorrow is Human Trafficking Awareness Day. So wear blue, okay, tomorrow. And we'll, once again, we will put links to this on our Facebook page. And I think we need to bring some more awareness to this because this valley is growing much bigger. I mean, it really is. As a result of all the people coming in from California and all parts of the world, we're getting really big. I mean, Las Vegas is actually bigger than Oakland. And we did this story a month ago, 2 months ago, about how much bigger Las Vegas is than Oakland. Oakland, I think, has 400 some odd thousand people, less than 500,000. We're over 600,000, probably over 1 million in the metro area. Okay, which means Las Vegas, Paradise Valley, and Henderson, and North Las Vegas. So those are all encompassing Las Vegas. And so we're well over 1 million people in that metro area. And so it can be very daunting to try to stay connected, but we are a very connected place. It's not a very big place. It really isn't, folks. And most of the people that you grew up with probably still live here. Matter of fact, I was contacted by a really good friend of mine who I went to junior high school with, part of high school with, and then reconnected with after high school was over. His name is Mike Ballard, and he wanted me to speak in front of the Rotary Club here in Vegas in a couple more months. I've known Mike most of my life, most of my entire life. There's a lot of people I've known my entire life. Lisa Badato, Diane Mason, people like that, Terry, and just so many people I've known my entire life. So we want to stay connected as I was going to say Terry Rasmick and her sister, Chris, who I love to death. So let's talk about this is pretty interesting story here, folks. Where's it at? There it goes. Many of you know this iconic outline, and it's of a guitar. Impossibly, It's time to say goodbye to Las Vegas Strip mainstay, the Mirage. Last month's announcement that Hard Rock Entertainment and MGM Resorts International have reached a deal that will transform the Mirage into a new Hard Rock hotel may have flown below the radar a bit. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. Super Bowl is coming, which is announced in approximately the same time, and another COVID surge. You probably didn't hear about this, folks. But Hard Rock is acquiring the operations of Mirage for $1.075 billion. That's a lot of money. In one of the most significant strip acquisitions or transactions in years. Seminole Gaming, who owns the Hard Rock, okay, Seminole Gaming is an Indian owned enterprise, owns the Hard Rock Resort brand. And this endeavor will mark the first time a tribal gaming company will run a casino resort on the Strip. Woo-hoo-hoo! Wow. The deal is expected to close the second half of 2022, and then all eyes will be on, oh my gosh, a historic property between Caesar's Palace and the Treasure Island. Oh my gosh, waiting to watch what evolution will take shape. So this is the crazy thing. Will the Mirage go bye-bye? That used to be a Steve Wynn program, or a property. Hard Rock is planning to build a new hotel tower shaped like a guitar, like the one we just showed you. We'll show you that again. Okay, there it is right there. Hard Rock is planning to build a new hotel tower shaped like a guitar, just like the one that opened in 2019 in Florida. This will not be just a rebranding. The entire 77-acre site at Center Strip will be overhauled. Okay? Oh my gosh. This is big. And all 3,000 hotel rooms will be gutted and remodeled. My goodness. So if you're a union worker, guess what? You've got some work on. The Mirage will disappear, and a Hard Rock hotel, very different from the one that opened in 95, will take its place. Wow. I don't know if you know what this means, folks. Instead of the Mirage, this just flowing, beautiful, you're going to have a big old guitar up there. This is amazing. So I don't think anybody ever saw this coming. Oh my gosh. So this is the interesting thing about it. And full disclosure, folks, my wife is an interior designer. And they work on all the Hard Rock stuff. Yay. Okay, so I'm sorry. I had nothing to do with this. I just report the news, folks. I just report the news. And so it is what it is. And what are you going to do, you know? So I'm checking our Facebook feed. And once again, if you want to go to the launch party for the Livin in Vegas magazine launch party, which is the 15th, all you have to do is go on one of those pages, either our Facebook page or our Facebook group page, and send me a note and say, I know a lot of people are getting up early in the morning because the kiddos are gone back to school and stuff like that. Let me know. We'll get you in, because I actually have 2 tickets. That's it. I got 2 tickets. There is no more. Boy, that's a great story right there, man. Let's talk about Heidi Fleiss. Okay, many of you know who this woman is. Heidi Fleiss, yes, the gorgeous one, the Hollywood Madam, former Hollywood Madam, dubbed the former Hollywood Madam. In 1999, she was running a prostitution ring, and she said to me, She said she's moving out of Vegas. Okay, so she used to live in Pahrump, but she said she's been there. She lived there about 15 years. She said she's done. So she told the Pahrump Valley Times she's angry that someone shot one of her cherished pet parrots with a pellet gun and just Christmas. So she's done. She said she's moving. And she said she would pay up to $5,000 for information leading to the rest of the shooter, which sucks. You know, please, come on. Somebody doesn't like parrots or doesn't like Heidi. Okay, you don't have to do it. You just don't have to kill animals. You just don't have to do it. We're going to run out of time, folks. I got to choose what we're going to do here. Gosh, what are we going to do? Which story should we do? Well, I'm going to go to this story because I was going to go. This is actually has something to do with the Raiders also, but I'll go to the story. This is Jay Schroeder. And Jay Schroeder used to be the quarterback for the Raiders. He's retired now. And he's a driving force behind a program to help combat veterans and captured wild horses. Schroeder became a household name after he stepped in to help win a game for Washington after Joe Theismann broke his leg. Remember that back in '85? And he later went on to play for the Raiders. Now he spends his days at the Shiloh Ranch, formerly known as, formerly owned by Tony Curtis. Remember the actor Tony Curtis? 45 minutes from the Las Vegas Strip. So, and so Schroeder is now part of what they call the Liberty Projects, which was formed by rancher J.P. Hoffman. He's a brother. And this is what they were saying I believe they're saying this of Hoffman. We just became that close, and when we wanted to do this, I was like, haven't been on a ranch, haven't been on a horse in a long time. So, but I think let's do it, Schroeder said. These horses were once wild and then removed from public lands by the BLM, and there aren't enough resources for the animals. So what they're doing is they're rescuing these horses. And there's people, of course, who don't believe in the project, but you know what? This is actually very, very cool. Hoffman tames the horses, then sells them to ranchers, private citizens, and agencies like police departments. So that's a very interesting thing. Wow. So that's very cool. So a lot of veterans, because of trauma and stuff like that, they can't work with people, and so they go out to this place and they do it. What a great! Who knew this over at Tony Curtis's place? I'd love to go out there and check that out and see what's going to happen. So we're out of time, folks. We really are. And tomorrow we're going to talk about a little bit more about the blue. Okay, so I really want to encourage you to wear blue tomorrow because it's Human Trafficking Awareness Day, which is Tuesday. Use the hashtag Wear the Blue. And let me double check on this. Hashtag is, and we're going to do this, it's Wear Blue Day. So Wear Blue Day tomorrow for the Human Trafficking Awareness Day. And really help and just kind of bind this community together. Folks have just done so many great things for the community. And this is just one of those, another way that we do that, folks. And we really do. I think it's just